Okay, well I'm back and I've done a little more research, and I did find out that when you have the board set on free play, it doesn't have a track mode. It just puts it on the static screen for, starting the game. And I think it gives, I forget now, but it gives you automatically so many credits. I think it might be 99 or something like that. I don't know. I might not remember exactly right, but I know it gave you a lot of credits on free play. So anyway, I've reset the dip switches for 1 coin, 1 credit. So I'm going to fire it up now to see if we have an attract mode, and I have it set for the attract mode with music. So here we go. Okay. And we actually got something on the screen. Let me zoom into that. I don't know how good this is going to pick it up, but let me cut this light off here. Now it is running in attract mode, but I guess it alternates. It says Popeye, Nintendo of America. It still looks like the video is inverted, and the colors are all washed out. Huh. And we got some type of static going along, horizontal interference, it looks like. But the game is fully functioning. Don't think I have any Popeye, Nintendo of America, King Feature Syndicate Incorporated. You can see the pipe, but Popeye himself is missing. Looks like you see his eye there. So it's definitely missing background and probably some objects, but it looks like the sprites are there. You can see the hearts floating down. And of course, if I was to coin this up now, I have to have a token to start the game, and I don't know if I got one here. Let me see if I can find one. In arcade, I should have tokens, but right now I got everything in a mess here and I can't get to them. So let me see if I can find a couple. Okay, I actually did find 2 tokens I had laying around here. I know I got some in the Gorf, but I got stuff piled where I can't get around the front of it right now. So let me see if the coin mech works. And I believe it did. The attract screen just went off, but the screen is blank because I don't have any text going through. Let me hit the player 1 button and see if the game will start. Okay. Well, the game is starting, so that tells me that the CPU is working, it's executing code. So the problem, I think I can actually see some outlines up here of, I think that's a little house up there. So obviously it's a whole lot missing, but the sprites are there. And it is running the game, and the code is running. So, all right, let me go ahead and cut this off. And I found one thing, and I'm gonna run it by you and we're gonna try something. Okay, well, I'm looking at the schematics for the video board on sheet 3 of 3, and of course this is the one that we had that dead signal, the CSBW on pin 46 of the P1 50-pin ribbon cable. So that was causing all of this to be dead up here. Okay, well, when we fixed that other chip on the CPU board, that gave us this signal back. So that means this section, I think, is now working. We primarily don't have text. We have some text, but not a lot of text. And this part of the schematic up here has text TV and text C0, C1, C2, and C3. So they go to P2, which goes back to the CPU board. All right, well, what caught me as interesting is the ROM here. The only ROM that's on the video board, 5N, right here, well, this is connected to the text. So I'm thinking that it's not accessing this ROM here. Now, I burnt a new ROM, and here it is right here. Now, on the schematics and in the manual, it says right here 5N, a 2716 or a 2732. Well, the original chip that was in here, the label was covering up the numbers on the chip, and I just assumed it was a 2732 since the other chips on the board are 2732s. No, I assumed it was a 2716. So anyway, I took here's the old chip. I took the old chip and I scraped the label off of it, and sure enough, this is a 2732. So I burnt a 2716. Now I know that they're not exactly compatible, a 2716 and a 2732. So if you swap them, I would think that you have to do something, change the jumper, restrap it, or do something, unless they the pinout is almost identical except for 1 or 2 pins. I think you have to ground 1 pin and or tie 1 pin onto another pin or something. Same thing that ran into with the Gorf ROM board. If you want to try to use a 2716s, I think it is, on the Gorf instead of the 2732s, you have to make a modification. So I got to thinking, I said, well, maybe that's the problem. It can't read that ROM. There's nothing in the manual that I've found yet that says you have to change anything. So I don't know why it would say a 2716 or 2732. Anyway, I took the original chip. Now, when I was reading this in my ROM burner, I was trying to read it as a 2716 because I was thinking it was a 2716. So I didn't get good information off of it because of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this chip in the board, fire it up, and just see what happens. So let's give it a go. Okay, well, I haven't tried this yet, so we're going to do this in real time. And who knows? It may work, it may not work. I don't know if this chip is any good. The pins were awful rusty on it. I cleaned them up pretty good. They're looking pretty good right now. So if it's got good data on it, which I don't know if it does because I couldn't pull any good information off of any of the other chips that were on the board. So I don't know why that would be good, and it may not. But we're going to give it a try here. And without my light and my magnifying glasses, where did I put those? Here we go. Need a little more light on the subject. All you young guys laugh. One of these days, I hope it don't, but it'll probably catch up to you. All right, the legs are spread out. So let me adjust them here a little bit. That might be enough. Okay, chip is in. Will it do anything? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Look at that! It's inverted, but we got a picture. Let's see if you can see that. And I did, since I hadn't played this game in a long time, we still got problems, of course, but that seems to have fixed some, but not all. It's fixed our text anyway. We now have our score at the top. We have the high score. There's the high score table. We got Popeye. It looks like everything is there except for right here. We don't have the stairs. We don't have the different levels. So we're still missing something. Now, would that be considered objects? It wouldn't be sprites. It could be background. I'm just thinking out loud here. Could this be video RAM? A RAM problem? Or could be a video address problem? It definitely looks like the sprites are there. And like I say, we got the text back. The blinking bonus. We also got back the little arrows that point, saying that you can go off the screen this way and come back that way, vice versa. All right, let's go ahead and put a token in. All right, it says press 1 player start, credit 1 credit. That's what I got it set for. Bonus Popeye at 40,000 points. All right, hit player 1. Looks like, crap. It looks like something was getting ready to blink and come back. Come on, you coward. Got him. It's hard to play because I can't see where the stairs are. And these joysticks might be good for a fighting game like Street Fighter, but they suck at a game like this. That's right, you can't hit Bruto directly unless you got spinach. Huh, okay. Well, let me do like I say, we still got that current drawer on this board. So, but we still got issues, so I guess I'm going to have to go back to the logic probe and the schematics and just do a little more digging. Now that I got the game running, and I can run it in a track mode, or I can fire a game up and run it in game mode, I can probably see a little bit more activity and see if the RAM and all that stuff is being accessed. I also got these other ROMs here. I noted the one I just put in is basically for the text. So I guess these over here, I'm wondering. I wonder if my current draw was caused by this ROM chip, because of the pinout being slightly different. I'll have to make a voltage checks and see what the voltages are running at now. That could be a possibility. The only thing that's got me kind of worried is it looks like it's inverted. So did somebody modify this board to work with a standard monitor? I mean, I know you can do that to Donkey Kong. You can burn the opposite image of the proms, I think. Yeah, I think I've seen Classic Arcade Repairs do that before. Burn new ROMs with the reverse ROM image so that it would flip all the colors on the Donkey Kong, so he could display it on a regular monitor. I might be wrong about that, but I think I remember seeing that. Or do I have a malfunctioning Mike's Arcade card? I kind of doubt it. But without knowing, I'm going to have to try to figure this stuff out. Maybe those transistors on the output is bad. But it sure looks like it's just inverted. The colors are inverted. Okay, enough of me rambling. Progress. One little step at a time. That's about all I can do. Okay, I got out the old logic probe again, and I decided to check anything that had to do with background or anything other than text or whatever. And I came over here, BAKC. I checked. These signals were dead. Okay, Popeye. Because of the CSBW signal was bad, but when I changed that IC on the CPU board, I got that signal back. So it's not dead there now. It's not dead there. And if you go up here, 6U, it was dead on pin 1. It's not dead. It's got a high signal there now. But probing the rest of 6U, I still got 4 and 5 are both dead. They're floating. So 8T, pin 1 is floating, and the 8U right here, pin 9 is floating. And they're all associated with BAKC, which I think means the background graphics. I could be wrong, but this is how I have to do it because I don't know. I'm just guessing, making an educated guess or uneducated guess. Let's put it that way. That's probably more accurate. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start by taking out 6U, and we'll test it in my IC tester. And even if it tests good, we'll go ahead and put a brand new one in. But let's go ahead and pull it out and find out if it's good or bad. I got a sneaky suspicion it's bad, but I could be wrong. Okay, I just finished desoldering and removing the chip at CU, which is a 74LS157. And when I pulled the chip out, get it right here. Notice anything? Pin 16 is missing. Pin 16 is VCC, 5 volt, the voltage that powers the chip. Here's the leg right here. It just rotted off. So I don't know if it was not making connection or it rotted off and broke when I pulled it out. So unless I soldered that back on, which I doubt I could do it because it broke off flush with the case there, I'm not going to be able to check it. So I'm just going to put the new chip in and we'll fire the board up and see what happens. All right, the board is hooked back up. I'm going to flip the switch, fire it up, and see what happens. Looky there. We got our stairs, we got our platforms, we got the buildings. It looks like we got everything except we have inverted video. Oh my. What is the deal? What is causing this? Okay, well, still making progress, but I'm pretty sure because everything looks like a negative, like you're looking at a photographic negative, and that's what the reversed Nintendo, that's what it is. Like Donkey Kong would have a white background, but it looks all there. It just looks washed out. Still having a current draw though, because I measured the voltage, and well, I haven't measured it since I changed this chip out, but I believe the chip just wasn't powered up. Is the reason that the signals were floating. So, all right, well, making progress. Let's, I'll do a little more research and see what I can find out.
I'm Popeye the Sailor. Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm going to finish cause I keep living. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I want a gazookas which takes all polluters. What takes on the up and square. Why tips and I bottom and always outrust them, but none of them get nowhere.